Hi, welcome to Myers ASMR. How are you? Are you relaxed? Relax, relax. Shake that stress off and that mess off. It was not personal. It just gets better and better. It just gets better and better. Well, let's try this apple pie dessert. I did not make it, although I could have. I have made apple pie in the past, not that long ago, but this one I bought. So let's have at it. Oh, and the ice cream is lactate. I'm so excited. First time tasting lactate ice cream. It's fantastic. Oh, that's good. Uh-oh. Oh my God, it's salted caramel. They didn't have any vanilla in my store, so. Don't you just love apple pie? It's so good. When I made my apple pie a few weeks ago, I didn't even bother to peel the apples. And you know what? It still tasted great. In fact, I think I prefer it with the skin on. See, the key to that is making sure you cook the apples like well in the skillet before you bake them. So that way the skin becomes very, very soft and it's very, very chewable. I tell you, this salted caramel ice cream by Lactate is so freaking good. And it's a good crust. That's right. Crust matters. Crust really matters. Crust matters. So good. Oh my goodness. I think I'm gonna go back and get another helping of that ice cream. That there. This bottle keeps things warm for like hours, probably for like 12 hours. Well, this is the time in the video when we focus on getting better and better every day in every way. With the help of this How to Develop a Winning Personality book. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. Let's see where we left off. Oh, here we are. So this chapter is called Make Yourself Colorful. There is a fourth, little discussed personality trait that can be acquired by anybody without risk. I call it preferenceability, for there does not seem to be an official name for it. Preferenceability is the capacity for expressing a preference without too much delay. What is this power that preferenceability has to make us stand out in our small crowd? Many mothers know how annoying it is to ask a child whether he wants steak or chicken for dinner, only to be told, "It makes no difference to me. Just make whatever is easier." The mother wants to please her child or her husband, as the case may be, and there is little satisfaction in serving a meal to which there is such an indifferent reaction. It isn't that the child or husband doesn't have a preference. Everybody always has a preference. What few people have is preferenceability, the ability to express the preference at once. In the case we are discussing, if the mother says, "Okay, then we'll have chicken," more often than not, the child or husband will say, "No, I guess I'd rather have steak after all." By this time, all the fun has gone out of it for the mother. Your position among people with whom you come in contact will be greatly enhanced if you develop, as you easily can, the ability to express a preference as soon as you are questioned. It is so difficult for any group of people to make up their minds about what movie to see or what gift to buy for an office colleague, or where to go on an outing, or practically anything of minor importance, that if there is one person around who has a definite preference, he makes it easier for everyone. The beauty of it is that it is not necessary to insist once you have expressed your preference. If it happens that there is a stronger preference among the others, you can yield gracefully with little loss. Most of the time, however, you will find that by deciding quickly, you have solved the problem for all concerned. And if you become known as one who has definite preferences, you will find that this attribute too has the quality of magnetism. Preferenceability is even more important and more rewarding when it is merely a matter of answering a question like what you would prefer for dinner. Which of these two hats do you like on me? What would you like for your birthday? An umbrella or a purse? Would you rather come to see me on Friday or on Sunday? Etc. If you hesitate and say either one, or it doesn't matter, or whatever suits you best, or something like that, you create a problem for the other person, and though the problem may be a small one, it registers on the mind. And after many such answers to a given person, you become associated in his mind in a vague way with problems and annoyance. If, on the other hand, you say at once, "I like that one," or "You're very kind, I prefer an umbrella," or "Let's make it Sunday," you are solving a problem for the other person, and people just gravitate to those who make things easier for them. It's the promptness of the expression of preference that counts. For if you answer at once, it appears that you are so sure of your preference that you don't even have to think about it. That makes the other person sure he is pleasing you, and he always feels good about the ability to do that. Try it and see how easy it is. Oddly enough, you will find that most of the time you will be expressing your true preference, for that is the way the mind works when it works without pondering. If on occasion you say you prefer something you really do not prefer, what have you lost? These things are also unimportant in your life that the gain to your personality image easily outweighs them. Now, visualize yourself as a man or a woman who is enthusiastic, who is curious, who is direct, and who has decided preferences. Could the average person who is none of these things, and the average person is none of these things, fail to notice you or consider you an unusual person or be drawn to you? The answer is no. Even if you leave out directness, the answer will still be no. We have reached the point at which we should enlarge on the matter of gimmicks, those little tricks that serve as trademarks, and which add the bizarre bit of color to your personality that so happily complements the more fundamental qualities that make you stand out. The possibilities are endless. We can only point the way with a few examples, any one of which can set your mind to working on 100 variations. Gimmicks are of two sorts, physical and non-physical. LaGuardia's big hat, Roosevelt's cigarette holder, Churchill's cigar, and the like are physical. Lorna's enthusiasm for ivory elephants is a combination of physical and non-physical. For her pleasure in the elephants is as important as the elephants themselves. Truman's walks are in the non-physical category, for there is no physical object involved, though the walks themselves are physical actions. Jack Benny's stinginess is clearly non-physical. It would be easy to invent a number of gimmicks, but I have seen enough of them in use to tell you about real ones that have actually been employed. The first that comes to mind is a non-physical one developed by an office secretary. One day at lunch, she said to the two girls who were with her, "It's crazy to eat at this hour. The place is crowded, the service is bad, and it's too noisy. Tomorrow, I'll eat later." She had intended to have her lunch the next day at 2:30 after the big rush, but she got tied up with some urgent letters and did not get out until 3. "You're crazy," said the other girls, and she thought that maybe they were right, but the restaurant was so peaceful and the service was so good that she made up her mind then and there to lunch at 3 p.m. in the future. The next morning she delayed breakfast until her 10:30 coffee break and went to lunch at 3. That meant also delaying dinner from the usual 7 until 8 o'clock. She continued the routine for a week and was about to go back to the old schedule when she was introduced by one of the girls to a visitor as the 3 o'clock lunch girl. This so intrigued the visitor that he gave her considerably more attention than he might otherwise have done. Something clicked in her mind and she did not change back. Now the 3 o'clock lunch is her permanent trademark, and it is a gimmick that has served her well. There is no immutable law of nature that dictates the hours of meals. Well, this is a good place to stop. Hey, if you're interested in collaborating, helping out each other's social media channels, let me know. Let's talk. If you have a product or service that you'd like me to review on my channel, then let's talk. Hey, if you like what I'm doing here, I know, remember that it just gets better and better. Yeah, it just gets better and better. And hey, if you like what I'm doing here, like and subscribe, donate to the channel. Catch me in the next video, and may you find lasting happiness. Bye.